Hi everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we've got a special treat for you. We're going to be playing Flames of War, but we're going to be playing out of the Tour of Duty source book. So this is Flames of War Vietnam. So it's the normal version 3 Flames of War, but using the Tour of Duty source book, which adds all kinds of cool Vietnam flavored rules. We're going to be playing a refight of the Battle of Ia Drang. So if you've watched the movie We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson or read the book, which I highly recommend, we're going to be trying to recreate that battle. Now it's not an exact recreation of the battle, but it's close and it's a similar battle, so you get an idea of how Flames of War rule set can translate something like that. The other thing is this battle is an infantry battle. There are no tanks. There is nothing with an armor value that will be on the table. So it's kind of the opposite of Team Yankee or a typical Flames of War battle where you have a tank company or at least a supported infantry company with armor. So it's going to be strictly infantry in this battle to the death. The North Vietnamese and the United States Airborne Rifle Company meet in battle. So let's take a look at the armies and then go ahead and get the battle going. Alright, here's my 1500 points of U.S. Air Cavalry. My list is led by a company commander and a 2IC, and they have an attached medic team. Medics are one of the kind of new rules in Vietnam that is added on top of the normal Flames of War rules. I'll go into those rules in a little bit. So in addition to that, we have 3 full strength rifle platoons. Each rifle platoon consists of 6 M16 teams and 2 LMG teams, light machine gun teams. They are led by an platoon command M16 team as well. Just to give you an idea about what the M16 teams do, the M16 is a rate of fire 2 rifle with a range of 12 inches. One of the neat things about American M16 teams and other teams is they get an extra die in defensive fire, so they can really pump out defensive shots. So hopefully we'll see that example in the game if they get assaulted. Hopefully they can turn back the assault. So I've got 3 air mobile rifle platoons. Then here I have a platoon of 4 LMGs and a platoon of 4 81mm mortars. So that makes up an entire full U.S. Air Mobile Rifle Company. In support I have over here 3 105mm artillery battery. Should have a staff table here, I just haven't dug it out of my collection yet. So the 105mm artillery will be off table, so you won't actually see it on the table, but it will be contributing. Then over here we have the 4 slicks. So these are Huey transport helicopters, and they are going to be what I use to bring in my company during the battle. So each slick can carry up to 3 stands of infantry every turn that they arrive to drop off, and hopefully they'll stick around and the North Vietnamese won't chase them off. Then in support of my rifle company, I have, this is going to stand in as an observer helicopter. I realize it's a heavy hog, but it's an observer helicopter. We have just a regular Huey hog. We're going to have a Cobra, and this is going to be a heavy Cobra, so those are actually 2 separate platoons. And then we have an on-station Sky Raider. So the on-station Sky Raider is actually played like a helicopter. It flies around on the table every turn. It doesn't perform like a normal Flames of War air attack where you have a you know, limited or priority air support. It actually stays on the table and flies around, and if you shoot it down, it's gone, it's lost. It doesn't keep trying to come back. So there you go, that is my 1500 points of U.S. Air Mobile Infantry for our refight of Ia Drang. Alright, and the mission we're going to be playing today is Hot LZ. We're going to be doing almost a recreation of the Battle of Ia Drang. So if you saw We Were Soldiers, kind of the same deal. This is the board. Just to go over the terrain, the landing zone is going to be here in the center where that smoke plume is. Everything around, kind of this circle that's marked out here, everything is going to be treated as light woods, except for these templated trees. Those are going to be normal woods. And I use the term light woods. Technically it's called open woods in Flames of War. They work like woods, however instead of only seeing 6 inches out, you can see 12 inches out. So they provide concealment, so pretty much concealment all across the board. That's it. There's nothing too fancy with the battlefield. The battlefield was relatively nondescript. So we're going to go ahead and start with deployment and be right back. Alright, so now we are done with deployment. The Americans have landed their first platoon at the LZ. The helicopters have returned to base for the next pickup, leaving the first platoon in sole possession of the field. The battlefield is quiet, almost too quiet. There are some local farmers, or perhaps more sinister, lolling around the landing zone, but no actions have happened yet. So off to NVA Turn 1. Alright, so first up, Cliff's going to be rolling for reserves. He's looking for a 5+. And he gets a platoon. I mean a company. Something bad. Alright, so next up, Cliff is going to be rolling into what quadrant the reserves are arriving. So 6, that is your choice, Cliff. Alright, so Cliff has placed his first NVA battalion right here. We're going to go ahead and go into NVA Turn 1 movement.
Okay. Rolling for eyes and ears from the local resistance teams. 4+. No, the first one. Second one. Yes.
Okay. So this resistance team over here used eyes and ears to remove con de ground from the rifle platoon. And he's got some shots here from this NVA battalion that showed up out of nowhere and is charging through the woods. So, on to shooting. Alright, so first up we have 2 AK-47 teams within 6 inches of this one M16 team. That's going to be 4 dice needing 5s because he is concealed but not gone to ground. Alright, so we got 2 hits. We have 1 AK-47 team shooting this infantry team 2 shots, needing 6s.
Nothing.
So nothing. Alright, so I need 3+ saves for this team or he's dead, and he's good. And that's not enough hits to pin the unit. So on to USA, Turn 1. Alright, for American Turn 1, first thing we do is we deploy our Huey Slicks. So they are back, they're dropping off the second M16 rifle platoon. They're going to land there. The way that this rule works is they've got to land there and sit for a turn, so Cliff will be able to shoot them if he can, and then on my next turn they hop out and start to do stuff if they can. On to American movement. Okay, so I'm finished with my movement. I've got my hog here within 12 of these guys. Remember, anything open is going to be counted as open woods, so 12-inch view distance. The Sky Raider's flying over here to drop napalm. Observer helicopter, I know that's a heavy hog, but the observer helicopter is within 12 to zone in the 105mm off-table artillery, and my heavy Cobra is within range as well to add some rockets to the party. So we're going to see how we can do with shooting, but first up we're going to try to dig in this infantry platoon. So they're not going to move, they're going to dig in on a 3+, and they're dug in. Alright, minor correction in our movement. We realized the artillery rules, spotting rules, all that's a little bit different in Vietnam using helicopters and normal Flames of War, or even Team Yankee. So I had to reposition my heavy Cobra over here so as to not spoil the observer dropping 105 artillery. So we're going to go ahead and go into the shooting phase and see what we can do to these NVA. Alright, so first up we're going to resolve the napalm from the Sky Raider. So it is a double width template, so we're going to figure out exactly how many teams are under here. Alright, so we have 10 teams under the template. We're going to roll, we need 6s, kill a team, and that's it. So we kill one team. Alright, next up, the observer helicopter is going to try to range in the off-table 105mm artillery. We're ranging on this guy who is concealed, so I believe you're trained. I'm ranging in on a 4? Right? Yeah. So first attempt is good, so that's time on target. That's nice.
Have you roll my saves?
Time on target is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams under the template. And I believe we hit you on 3s. So that's going to be 5
saves.
5 saves.
3 rolls.
Alright, so Cliff has assigned the hits. He needs a 3+ to save. With time on target, he's going to re-roll successfuls. So here we go. So he's good. And he's good. Good. Oh. Yay for time on target. Good, and the re-roll. Oh. Well, that time on target's really paying for itself. Good. It was good, and the last guy. Good, and it's re-roll. Oh, good. All right. So the time on target 105mm artillery took 2 casualties, or killed 2 stands, and we'll put a ranged-in marker there. All right. Next up, the miniguns whirl up here on this hog, firing 11 dice. So the main gun and 1 door gun at that infantry. Normally, I need 3s, 4s because they are concealed in open woods. So we're looking for 4s. So it's not bad. We've got 7 hits there. We'll be back when Cliff assigns those hits. Alright, so Cliff's, there's only 2 teams within range. He's going to put 4 of the hits on this regular AK-47 stand. And dead. He's dead twice. And then 3 hits on the...
Dead.
What is that, an RPG team? Oh, did you fail that?
Yeah,
as well? Okay. So that's 2 more down. Alright, so the rifle platoon's going to fire. I've only got 2 stands in range. Those are the ones that Cliff shot at first. So this guy's going to get 1 shot into that stand, looking for a 4. And that's a miss. And over here, this infantry stand's firing in, and he also misses. So that is it for American shooting. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what.
I mean, for the Americans, they can spot. Alright, so first up in the NVA turn, in an amazing display of precognition, the 4 Huey Slicks land exactly on top of 4 NVA booby traps. So I don't have to worry about those until the start of my turn, but on to NVA reserves. So you're throwing 2 dice this turn.
Yep.
Alright, looking for 5s. So we got 1 more.
1 more.
Alright, and then we're going to roll to see where they are coming in.
5.
So 5, they're coming in that corner up on the mountain. Alright, so next we're going to try to unpin this NVA company. And they are unpinned. Alright, starting over here, this is a NVA movement. This company unpinned, and they're moving up onto the 1st American Rifle Platoon. Looks like they're prepping for an assault. Meanwhile, over here, boiling down from the mountain itself, comes another NVA company, and they are in the hilltops heading down towards the helicopters who are sitting on booby traps. So we'll see if they can weather the fire there. So on to NVA Turn 2 shooting. Alright, so one minor addendum to the NVA movement, and this is because we're both learning the game as we go. So Cliff has wisely thrown out a couple of infantry squads, or stands, to get within 4 inches of these slicks, and that's going to force them to go back to the LZ. So the only slick that's going to remain on the board is this one. So I'll go ahead and remove those, and then we'll come back to NVA shooting. Alright, so Cliff's going to be firing with his first NVA company. The red dice represent all the firepower. The stands with 1 die are RPG teams, so their firepower is going to be different. And because my infantry is dug in, that's gonna be important. So we're gonna go ahead and roll and assign hits, and then we'll come back and show you what's happened. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start down here. These 2 guys are gonna be firing normally 4s, 5s because I am concealed. All right, so we got 1 hit so far, and then we've got that RPG team. And that's a hit. I'll probably. And I get to assign that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put it on him. And then nothing there.
We'll do these 2 together.
Okay, so 2 more AK-47 teams. Oh.
Hits.
Okay.
RPG. It's a miss. RPG. Miss. AK team here.
Oh, 2 hits. He's on fire.
RPG. Hit. AK. 1 hit.
Nothing. Alright, so we're going to assign those hits, and then I'll come back and make my saves. Alright, and because I took more than 5 hits, I am pinned. We're going to go ahead and make saves. This is a 3+ here. So he's good. 3+ there. So that's a fail, so a 6+ firepower do.
That says RPG.
Oh, RPG, so
it's 4+.
Nope. So nope, he's good. And then we have 2 AK hits on this team. He's good. We'll do 2 AK hits on this team. So 1 6+ firepower test. Nope. And then 1 AK and 1 RPG. I'll do the AK first. So that's a hit. And the RPG is also a hit. So a 6+ and a 4+ firepower.
6+.
Got him.
Didn't even need the RPG.
No RPG.
Oh, now we gotta roll 5+ to kill him though.
Oh, do you roll that 5+?
I believe I do.
Okay. So this is another new rule for Vietnam for American rifle teams. Instead of being outright killed, that squad, that stand, might be wounded. So we'll put a wounded token on. A 5+, he kills him outright.
Nope.
So
wounded.
he gets a wounded token, which is probably good. It gives you more options for charging. And they're wounded. Alright, so over here in this platoon, we've got AKs firing into this side of the platoon. No hits there.
RPG.
Looking for 5 with the RPG.
Nope.
Alright. Alright, so this team, whatever sneaky team it's called, is going to try to observe that rifle team there and need a 4+. Nada. And then was this guy going to...
Yeah, he's gonna try to observe the helicopter.
Okay. And he does observe the helicopter.
Okay.
That's hard to miss with the spinning blades and the dust and smoke.
That's all I get, so the helicopter, I think. Yeah.
Alright, so these guys are ranging in mortars on the landed slick, the 120mm scary mortars. He's going to range in. He needs 4s. First attempt, he got it. So I have a 5-up.
Oh, I have to roll to hit you first.
Oh, you got to roll to hit me. That's right. I am a veteran, so...
And I am trained, so I need a 4 to hit
Oh,
you.
you need a 4. Yep. So you
Hit
hit
you.
me. Right now I get my save. 5+.
Yep.
Hey, he's good. It went right through the helicopter blades. Alright, so on to the next artillery bombardment. Alright, so that team is going to try to spot the infantry right here.
Yep.
And does not. And you got 1 more right there that can do the same thing.
Yep.
What are those guys called? Saboteurs?
Resistance
teams.
Yeah,
There we go. And he ranged in successfully.
Well, he...
Alright, so the center of Cliff's bombardment's right here. He's covering 4 teams. And he needs to range in on a 5.
Right.
Alright, so these are mortars, so first attempt gets 2 chances.
Got
And
it.
you got it. And there are 4 teams under there, so you're hitting me on 4s.
Yep.
And you got 3 hits. I'm going to go ahead and apply those hits as so. Actually, I'll go with the platoon commander here. And we got a 3+ save here. He's good. 3+ save here. He's good. 3+ save here. He's also good. But they are extra pinned. Alright, so the NVA company has moved into contact. You can see here the Americans are getting swarmed. I will have defensive fire, but due to the size of the NVA unit, I'm going to need 10 hits to bounce him, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. Alright, on to defensive fire. Alright, so here we go. Cliff's charging into an awful lot of defensive fire, and the reason why is all the M16 teams also have the grenade launcher, the M79 grenade launcher, which adds an extra die in defensive fire. So even though they're pinned, the M16 teams are throwing 2 dice and the light machine gun teams are throwing 3 dice each. So we're going to go ahead and roll these teams individually so we can make sure we assign the hits correctly. We're going to start here. Cliff is trained, his troops are charging, so they count as being out in the open, so it's just straight up 3s. So we got 1 hit here. 3 shots from this LMG team. 2 there. From this M16 team, 1 there. We're being about average so far, Cliff. From these guys, 1 there. From the platoon command team, oops, drop dice don't count. That's 2 hits. He knows what he's doing.
So that is 7 so far?
7. This M16 team, nope.
8, 9.
8, 9. So I need to fail all of the rest of these to not repulse your attack. He got 2. He got 2. And then the wounded guy gets to fire. Oh, they're putting up a fight too. Alright, so we're going to go back and Cliff's going to assign these hits and then we'll make the saves. Alright, so here we go. The 15 hits are assigned, so Cliff's going to go ahead and start rolling. We're looking for 3 ups or they're dead. So he's good. Good. Uh-oh, this is not a good start for the Americans.
Don't worry, I'll leave it out. Always does.
Oh.
Somewhere. That did.
First casualty. Now with 15 hits, I expect 5 dead guys, but I'm not seeing that. 2 on him.
Here's some dead guys.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. We had to double up on him apparently to kill him. He's good.
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 Dead. So 4.
4, almost average. Yeah, that's.
No, it's a quarter. A 15?
Yeah, 5 would have been a third, which is what you should have failed on a 3+.
True.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
a tiny bit below average. I'll take it. Alright, so here's the results of the repulsed assault. They lost 4 stands and they were pushed back 2 inches. And I believe so, you took 15 hits, so you were also pinned. Alright, so the start of US Turn 2, the first thing we're going to do is try to unpin this besieged rifle platoon. So we're looking for not a 3, so we're looking for a 4+, I believe. I'm not fearless.
You're confident.
Yeah, confident. So they are pinned. Alright, so we figured out the booby trap rules. If we get this wrong, please feel free to comment down below. But the 3 teams have exited the helicopter. They need to make a motivation check to dismount, so that's going to be on a 4+. And then they need a 3+ to successfully cross the booby trap, we believe. So that's going to be a 3+ skill check. Otherwise, one of the teams will take a hit. And they pass that as well, so that booby trap is gone. Alright, so next up, the landed helicopters get to shoot their door guns. We got 3 shots from here into that company, hitting on 3s because he's out in the open. I got 3 hits. Over here we've got 3 from this side of the helicopter.
Getting 4s.
I mean 4s, we got 2 hits there. And then this helicopter's got targets on both sides.
It's the same platoon, you can't do it.
That's the same platoon.
You can't do it.
So just 1 set of 3.
Right.
And
That guy's in the open.
that guy's in the open, so 1 hit there. So there we go, 3 hits on that platoon and 3 hits on the, or sorry, company, and 3 hits on the other company. Alright, so here are the saves from the helicopter fire. We got 1 hit there. We got 2 on this guy right here. Oh, he goes down too. And then we've got 3 over here. Good. And so 1 falls over here. So that's it. My helicopters killed almost as many people as my defensive fire did. Sad. Alright, so I'm done with movement. I'm going to go ahead and try to dig in these 3 stands that unloaded from 2nd Platoon. They'll do it on a, not a 1. So they are out in the open. I've moved my helicopters around to try to drop some firepower in on this new company that showed up. So my heavy Cobra is going to be dropping all 72 tubes on there for the big nice 12-inch square, and the Hog, the artillery spotter, and the airplane are all coming into strafe. See what we can do to whittle down this platoon, because I don't think I can take assaults from both sides at once. So we will go ahead and set up the firing and be right back. Alright, so first up, the heavy Cobra is firing on this guy. He is concealed and gone to ground, so I'm going to be ranging it on a 5. Rocket pods, I need a 5 on any one of these 3 dice to hit. So here we go. And we got it. And then we'll come back with the number of hits we need. Alright, so ranged in, I'm going to be hitting on 3s. Ugh. Alright, so we missed 4. So that should give you 7 hits. Cliff.
Alrighty.
Alright, so Cliff has assigned his hits. Here we go. Good. Oh no, not this again. Takes it like a champ. God, that was truly cocked. He's good. He's good. Okay. Alright. Oh, all 7. Nicely done. And then the Heavy Cobra also has a chin-mounted Gatling gun, 6 shots, needing 5, so we got 3 more hits there to assign.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we've assigned the hits.
See.
That was good. Alright, that's good. Oh, yeah. So the chin gun does what the 72 rockets could not. Alright, next up the Hog is going to fire its miniguns and door gun, giving me a total of 11 dice. This guy right in front of me is nice and out in the open, so I'm hitting on 3s. And looks like we've got...
Which guy was that firing?
10 hits. Yep. Right there. So Cliff's going to go ahead and assign hits, and we'll be right back. Apparently only 3 teams are visible from the Hog, so the hits are assigned as such. So Cliff, let's go ahead and see if you can make all of these. Oh, he does. He's standing in the open, and all of them miss. Oh, well, we got him. And the last guy hiding in the long grass. And he's good too. Wow, that's amazing. Alright, so that is the Hog has fired on to the next platoon. Alright, next up this platoon number 2 that just arrived. There's only 3 teams. They're shooting with their moving rate of fire. It's going to give me 4 dice total, LMG, and 2 M16 teams. This guy's out in the open still, so I'm hitting on 3s. So we got 3 hits. That might be the only guys those people can see too. Alright, so let's see if we can get this guy this time. 3 hits. Just 1. He still survives. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is terrifying. Alright, on to the next platoon. Alright, so this central platoon is going to be firing. First up, we're going to go over here. We're going to do 2 shots into the unkillable NVA out in front. So 2 shots, needing 3s. And we got 1 hit. And it's the 1 hit. It's the 1 hit that does it. Now I need to know what to do now. Just shoot you 1 at a time. Alright, so over here, these 2 teams have a guy out in the open, so they're hitting on 3s. So we got 2 hits from there. And then everyone else is hitting on 4s because the only folks they can see are concealed teams. So we've got 4 shots there, hitting on 4s. And we got 1 more hit for you to assign, so that's 3 hits total for that platoon. We'll come back for saves. Alright, so here we go. Cliff's assigned his hits. Let's do it. He's good, of course. And he's good. Oh, hey, got one. Alright, my Sky Raider over there is firing into that infantry that has gone to ground and concealed, so I'm hitting on 5s. I need 5s to hit. 4 dice with my cannons. So we got 1 hit there. Cliff, if you want to make that save, and
What's the range?
it's 8.
Okay.
He's good. Alright, last but not least, my observer Huey is going to try to call in the 105 battery there. We got 6 teams under the template. If I can manage to range in, I'm going to need to do it on 5s. So here is the first attempt, second attempt, third attempt. Got it. So normally I'd hit you on 3s, so 4 5s to hit. And there are 6 teams, so we'll just go ahead and roll those. 6 teams looking for 5s. And nothing at all. Alright, so that concludes American Turn 2. So just a quick recap. We took a bite out of this platoon, a couple stands down. We took a tiny nibble out of that. Oh, NVA company, but they still got lots of guys. So we're going to go into NVA Turn 3 and see what we can do. Alright, so before we go to NVA Turn 2, these guys are below half. They are lost 13, have 12 left. So 3+ morale. Oh no.
We'll attach the company commander and re-roll it.
Company commander.
Yes.
Alright, he's good. I guess that's the battalion commander.
Yes.
Yeah, battalion. Alright, so on to NVA Turn 3. Alright, first up, NVA reserves. Oh, booby traps showed up miraculously under all 3 of my landed slicks again. Alright, so here we go with reserves. Nothing this turn. Oh, you get 1 automatically.
True.
Yep.
Alright.
1 automatically. Alright, so AA platoon's coming in. Let's see what corner they start in.
6.
Your choice. Very nice.
Those guys.
Oh, let me get this. Alright, so here we have the reserves have arrived. Under my Hueys, a platoon of, what is that, 50 cals? 12 points?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Alright, and then we're going to roll to unpin. So Cliff, which company is going to go first?
This one.
This guy's, alright. So 3 up.
Nope. Company commander, attach.
Okay, they are unpinned. And then these guys over here.
Nope.
They are pinned. I needed that. That's good. Alright, so these guys who failed to unpin are going to try to dig in. And they do not. Alright, so next up, this company is going to try to dig in as well. And they do. Alright, so the AA platoon is going to be firing into the Heavy Cobra. 12 shots?
Yep.
Alright.
4 shots each.
I am that. We talked about this. Please sound off in the comments below if you guys think differently. Since we're treating all this as open woods, that the helicopter would get concealment because even shooting up, you're shooting through the woods that are above their heads. So if you guys think that's right or wrong, go ahead and leave your interpretation down in the notes or comments below, and we'd appreciate it. All right, so 12 shots. I think we need 5s.
Yep.
So we got 2. Oh. All right, so I need 2.
Told you you need now.
Right. Why couldn't those have been some saves? All right. Well, still, I need to make 2 5-up saves.
Hold on, I gotta.
Oh, you need.
No,
I do.
yeah.
I do 5-up saves. So here we go. So 2 firepowers. 5+.
Yep.
Whew. All right. So he barely avoids being shot down. All right. So first up, this resistance team is going to try to observe these guys on a 4+, and they make it.
We'll shoot the 81s there.
Okay, so 81mm on this platoon that's out in the open. They're not dug in. So first range and attempt, 4+. Got it. And there are 3 teams there. You're hitting them on 4s. that's going to be 2 hits.
No, 1.
Oh, just 1. All right, I'll put it on. I'll put it on this stand that already has a dead guy in it. 3+ save, or he's just dead. So he's okay. But they are pinned. Oh, they're already pinned. No, they're not pinned. Now they're pinned.
Yeah.
Now they're pinned.
Yeah, he'll try to.
All right, so resistance team trying to spot rifles. He got it. So this is the 120 millimeter mortars.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so same thing, ranging in on a 4. All right, and then how many teams are you going to get under 4?
Yeah.
All right, so hitting me on 4s. 1. All right, we're going to go. I guess we'll go with this guy. He's good. And they are pinned, so they will continue to be pinned. Alright, so here's shooting from the platoon that just dug in, or the company that just dug in, into my rifle platoon. He's got his shots laid out there, so let's go ahead and start.
Here's 2, you're in the open, so it's going to be 4, basically 4s, right?
Well, no one's moved, they're still all dug in.
Yeah, all shot, so you're concealed.
Yeah, so I'm still concealed, so 5s. So that's 1 hit there.
Okay, and then another AK, and that's going to need the same thing. No. And then I've got 4 RPGs, which are going to need 6s.
4 RPGs.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so that 1 successful hit was from here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put it on this same M16 team, 3+ save. Nope, so firepower didn't kill him.
6.
Nope. Alright, so they are good. Okay, so we have started the U.S. turn and have unloaded the infantry from their slicks and on top of the booby traps which were there. So we're going to roll a die for motivation to see if these guys are kind of stuck where they are. I need a 4+. So they are not motivated. So are they pinned down, Cliff? Is that how that worked?
I think they're only pinned down if they fail the skill test.
Fail the skill test.
No,
Okay.
they can't even try.
Alright, so again, the booby traps and slick rules are kind of an odd combination. So the way we are playing it, and again, if we're wrong, let us know, is we took a motivation test for the whole platoon. They are pinned or failed it, so they can't move. Each one of these guys immediately triggers the booby trap under their slick. So I've got a rifle team, and 2 IC. So we're going to go ahead and roll that. I need a skill check, so a 3+ to pass. We'll just go this slick first. So that is going to be a 3+ save. So we'll just do that immediately. So he kills himself. Or is actually on a 5+, he's killed, otherwise he's wounded.
Wounded.
So he's wounded. And then this rifle team is okay. And the 2 IC is okay. So I'll get a wound marker on that M16 team, then we'll continue on with US movement. Alright, I've been forgetting to do this all game, so now I'm going to remember. At the start of my turn, I get to move one of Cliff's resistance teams. So I'm going to pick this observer guy who's been harassing me all game. I'm going to roll a die, and I got a 1, so I can move him
2 inches.
2 inches. So I'm just going to move him 2 inches back into the woods, so if he does call it in bombardment, I can get concealment anyway. Alright, and then I'm also going to pull off the heavy Cobra to go back for rearming, and I'm going to pull back the Sky Raider as well. I'll pull that one off as well for rearming. Then I'm going to go into American movement. Alright, so we're going to try to unpin this platoon here and throw it off the table. And the company commander...
He wasn't landed yet.
Oh, he wasn't landed. Okay, so they are still pinned. Alright, so this pinned down platoon number 1 is going to fire. We have 8 dice of LMG and M16 fire going into this company. They are dug in, gone to ground. They did not shoot, so I need 5s to hit them. Oh, they did shoot, so I need 4s.
Yep.
So, not very good. We got 3 hits for you, Cliff.
Alright, and...
Alright, so here are the hits. Cliff's going to go ahead and make his saves. Good. Failed. Here's the 6+ firepower, see if I get him. Nope. And good. Over here, my Hog's going to put 11 shots into this AA platoon. They fired, you're concealed, so I'm hitting you on 4s with 11 shots. Alright, so 11 dice, hitting on 4s. So we got 4 misses, so that's going to be 7 hits. Alright, so Cliff's assigned his hits. Here's the first AA.
Dead.
Oh, he's dead. Second AA. Oh,
Dead.
oh, he shot, that's right. And then the command team
Dead.
is dead. So that's going to be a test for them. And then I've got one last shot this turn with my artillery. We're going to go ahead and try to range it next. Alright, so my observer helicopter is ranging in on the infantry team that gave me 6 guys under the template. This time I need 5s as before. First attempt. Got it.
So these are... Oh, so you're not going to use you got rid of your target just so you can down target?
Down target. So we got those 6.
Okay.
We're hitting you on 3s. So we got 3 hits. And then we'll have Cliff assign those hits. So when he's re-rolling for time on target.
2 here.
And he's good. And the last guy, that's a failure, so a firepower test. Alright, they're dug in.
They're not dug in.
Oh, they're not dug in.
Try to dig in.
Alright. And that concludes U.S. shooting. But before we do that, we have a morale check on the last remaining AA stand here. And they run away. Is that the first victory point given up this game?
Is it perfect platoon?
Alright, so Cliff's gonna try to remove this NVA company by making motivation chest.
Like me roll my...
So the company commander's going with them?
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
make it.
So he gets to withdraw them and put them immediately into guerrilla reserves, and I get a victory point for that. But they do not count as destroyed for purposes of battalion morale. Alright, so Cliff's rolling 4 dice for reserves. And he gets 1.
So.
Alright, Cliff's decided to bring in his infantry company and is coming in square 4, which is over here. Oh, interesting.
Oh, right.
Alright, Cliff's going to roll to unpin this battalion here. And they are. Alright, and then Cliff just rolled off camera to dig in these guys, and they are now dug in. Alright, so Cliff's going to be rolling his resistance teams to see if they can observe.
No.
And he cannot. You want to observe this guy?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. He cannot.
So that's it. No artillery this turn.
Okay. Alright, so the company that arrived is going to be firing just a couple of teams. You're going to be needing 5s. Oh, 2 hits. 2 more hits. So these guys are on fire.
6.
And 6 from the RPG. So I believe the 2 guys in the woods can only hit this wounded team because he's the only one they can see, right?
Yeah.
And then the other guy. Alright, we'll assign the hits here. Alright, so all 4 hits have to go on my wounded team. Cliff really wants these guys dead. Alright, so they get a 3-up save. Here we go. And they are... Sorry, they're still wounded?
Yeah.
I think if you're wounded... Let's check the rules. They may be destroyed, but we'll come back.
No. If they fail another save, and you're dug in.
I'm dug in. Oh, right. So you didn't wound them because you failed the save. Gotcha. Alright. So, sorry, they failed their save, but Cliff did make his firepower, so they're okay. Alright, so I may have done this a little bit out of order, but it shouldn't really matter. There are my 4 slicks bringing in the 3rd rifle platoon. I'm going to go in and start rolling to try to unpin these platoons. This rifle platoon number 1's going to try to unpin. And they are unpinned. Rifle platoon number 2 is fails, but the company commander is within range to give him a reroll, so we're going to go ahead and reroll that. And they are also unpinned. That's what the Americans needed to get some movement. Alright, so now we're going to go into movement, and I'll be right back. Alright, so first up, my company commander and 2AC are going to join to dig in together. So here's their dig in roll on a 3+. They're dug in, so they're just going to be dug in among the Rifle Platoon 1. As far as movement phase goes, Rifle Platoon 2 has moved up. The LMGs stayed in place, but the M16 teams have moved up. Over here, the Heavy Cobra is back to try to drop its devastating bombardment template over there. The Sky Raider is back with a fresh load of napalm. Is going to try to barbecue those guys there. And my observer helicopters moved all the way over there to try to drop some heat from the offboard artillery. So we're going to go into shooting for US turn 4. Alright, so my Heavy Cobra is letting loose with 72 tubes. The red dice represent who is under the template, so they're not hit yet. First I have to range in, so I'm going to range in on a 4. It's a rocket pod, so 3 dice. Any 4 means I range in. So I'm ranged in. So how many is that total, Cliff, under the template? I think
I said 9, didn't we? 36, 9, yeah.
9. Alright, so I'm hitting on 3s, 9 dice. So we got 6. Alright, so Cliff's going to go ahead and assign a 6. And actually just pull 3 dice, and then what remains is the saves. Alright, then we're looking at 3+ saves. Oh no, it's starting again. Alright, that's 3 so far. Oh, one's down. 2's down. Alright, so that's average. I can take that. Alright, next up, the Hog is going to be firing its machine guns, 11 shots into this platoon, hitting on 4s.
That one?
This one. This one here. Alright, so we got a lot of misses for you, Cliff. We only got 4 hits.
Okay.
Alright, so Cliff's assigned the hits, 3+ to live.
Dead.
1 dead.
Good. Dead.
Down. Oh, wow, okay, give that Heavy Hog a medal. Alright, so the Sky Raider drops its napalm. Looks like there are 8 guys under the template. So we're going to roll 8 dice. Any 6s is a death. So we killed 2 this time. It's a little bit better. Alright, my 105mm artillery is going to drop, or try to call in a bombardment right here. We're ranging in on a 5 because they're dug in, gone to ground, and did not shoot. So first attempt. Second attempt. What was that? It's cocked a little bit too much. Okay, so on the second attempt, we got it. So normally I'd hit you on 4s, so I'll hit you, or no, normally I'd hit you on 3s, so I'll hit you on 4s. And there are 5 teams under the template. So we got 2 hits. I'll let it pin the company and make 2 saves.
Okay. Just take that guy and that guy. Just
Okay.
First guy.
Alright, good. Alright, Rifle Platoon, second Rifle Platoon is going to fire into that observer, the only guy they can really see on the edge of the woods. These are the number of dice I'm shooting. So we're going to have 7 shots. I'm going to need 5s because normally he's 3 to hit, but he's concealed and gone to ground with cautious movement.
Just that one guy?
Looks like it.
One of these 2, I think, can hit that guy too.
Oh, so is he within range to attach if he gets hit?
What's the range?
4.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I'll roll those 2 separately then, Cliff?
Okay.
Alright, so looking for 5s. 1 hit from those guys, which could go on that back platoon. And then the other 5, nothing. So just 1 hit for you to assign. Oh, and he passed his save, so he's okay. Alright, so platoon number 1 is going to cut loose on some guys at the edge of the landing zone. We're going to have 9 shots at those guys. Thankfully, I have an LMG team within range. And we need 4s to hit, so that's a healthy number of hits, Cliff. So you got 7 hits to deal out there. Alright, so Cliff's assigned his hits.
Did.
He's good. Good. Oh no. Alright, so they dropped 2 stands of infantry, not too bad. But they have shot. They're still concealed because they're dug in, but they have shot. Alright, and I think that's it for American Turn 4. We took a big bite out of that new company that came in, don't you think, Cliff? We knocked out a good number of platoon, or good number of stands. These guys over here that are dug in are still sitting tough. But my infantry platoon number 2 is moving up. See if we can get to that objective. Right now at the end of turn 4 it is 2 points to the Americans, 0 points to the NVA, but we go into NVA turn 5. Alright, just a little housekeeping. Cliff has graciously let me go back in time and try to heal this infantry platoon. I roll a 3+, he's healed. If I fail, the stand is destroyed. So the stand is destroyed. Thanks, medics. Alright, so just a housekeeping. Cliff's placed his last booby trap under that Huey. I keep landing on these things. I don't know how that keeps happening. He's got 1 last unit in reserve, so it comes in automatically. So he's going to roll to see what table quarter it comes in. Table 2, which is over here. Thankfully, it's away from all of my helicopters. It's an AA platoon that's coming in. Not too bad. So on to NVA movement. Alright, so Cliff has brought in his reserves, his last reserve is a AA platoon here. I think he's going to be gunning for some of those landed slicks. Now we're going to try to unpin. So Cliff, which one are you going to do first?
This one.
Alright, that company up on the hill. And they are still pinned.
Attached company commander.
Gotcha. Oh, company commander attach. And they are still pinned. And the newly arrived company is good, although they suffered a lot of fire. Alright, so shooting phase. Cliff's going to fire his AA into my landed slick platoon. So how many shots you got?
6.
Alright, firing through the open woods. I'm veteran, so you're going to be hitting on 5s. So I got 2 hits, that's 3 hits. And that's enough for, we'll do 2 on this guy and 1 on that guy.
Okay.
Actually, wait. We will do 2 on this guy. This guy has an LMG team, so I'd like to see him survive. Alright, so a 5+ save here. He's good. And then 2 5-ups here. Nope, so 2 firepower checks.
Yes.
Got him twice. Alright, so per the rules, he goes back to the LZ. I mean, to the base. And on to the rest of NVA shooting. Alright, so what artillery is firing here?
81 millimeter.
81 into the guys in the open. So, yes, yeah. So, second attempt and third attempt. No. Whew. Wherever those shots went, we're glad they didn't land on those guys. Alright, so the next artillery battery, the 120 millimeter mortars, are trying to land right there.
Yep.
Got it on the first attempt. So 3 guys under the template, you're hitting them on 4s. So 1 hit. We're gonna go ahead and go with we'll go with this guy here.
Okay.
Actually, we'll go with this guy. Sorry, this guy here. 3 up. Nope. So firepower to destroy.
Yep.
All right. So and then another 5+ to see if he's really dead or just wounded. He's really dead. Alright, so that is it for NVA Turn 5. He killed 1 infantry stand with 120 millimeter artillery bombardment and 1 slick, yep. So you need one more slick for victory point, or one helicopter in total. All right, on to U.S. Turn 5. All right, and the infantry piles out of the helicopters, and the helicopters fly back to base to pick up the next group. All right, I'm going to unpin Rifle Platoon number 1. And company commander will attach. Hey, they are unpinned. Alright, so we've got U.S. movement. The Sky Raider has flown over here to strafe these guys who are now gone to ground. Platoon number 3, newly emerged from their Hueys, is moving towards this anti-aircraft platoon that just popped up. The Hog moved up to also deal with that anti-aircraft platoon. Rifle Platoon number 2 is making it up the mountain towards the objective, and my observer's staying put to drop a bombardment. Don't know, I might have just got myself out of bombardment range. We'll have to measure that. And then these guys are sitting here. I'm going to go ahead and roll and see if I can heal this wounded guy with my medic team. So on a 3+, he is gone too. So, alright, so first up we'll start with the Sky Raider. 4 20mm cannon shots into that platoon. They are concealed, gone to ground, trained, so I'm hitting you on 5s. And nothing from the Sky Raider. We'll go over here to my Hog. The Hog's going to throw out 11 shots at your anti-aircraft platoon. So we got 11 shots coming at you. Hitting on 4s because you are concealed, but you did shoot. So we missed with 4, so we got 7. Because 11 total. Oh, did I throw too many dice? I did throw too many dice, so we'll get rid of one of those hits. So 7 hits. Alright, next up, this platoon, Rifle Platoon 3, is going to fire 2 shots at the AA platoon commander, hitting on 4s.
5s.
5s. That's 1 hit.
He didn't shoot, so he's concealed and gone to ground.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, so 1 hit. And he's good. Alright, so platoon number... platoon number 2 is going to be firing into the observer. I don't think he's got enough of a gap, probably. So we've got 8 dice. He's concealed, gone to ground, so I need 5s. So I only got 3 hits on him. Alright.
Alright. Good.
Good, alright. Alright, so platoon number 1 is going to be firing into the NVA company at the edge of the clearing. We're getting 9 shots. Hitting on 5s. Only 2 hits, Cliff. Alright, so saves. He's good. He's good. Well, those NVA love their saves. And in the assault phase, then, the only assault I've got is I'm going to try to interrogate this guy. What do I need to do that?
It's a skill test, and if you make it successful, then he goes away.
3+. He goes away. Alright, so that's it for U.S. Turn 5. We need a morale check over here at the end of the shooting phase for this platoon. And he sticks around. And so we killed 3 AA stands. We got rid of one of those resistance teams. And I think we picked off an infantry stand somewhere, maybe. But that's about it. The Americans are on the move, though, so we'll see what Cliff can do. NVA Turn 6. Alright, so Cliff's going to try to run this guy off the table, so he needs a morale check.
Yep.
He doesn't. So he goes off and he's destroyed. Yeah, so that's another victory point for the U.S. So I think I'm 3-0.
So it's your turn.
Right. Alright, so we're observing with the team here.
Of course
No, we're not. Alright, so I think Cliff is going to go for the gold here. Both of his NVA companies have moved up. So these guys, all along the semicircle of the landing zone, are NVA coming out to tangle with the Americans. So it's a lot of firepower, but is it going to be enough to move the Americans? I've got almost 3 full rifle platoons on the field. So we're going to go into NVA turn shooting, turn 6 shooting. Alright, so this observer right here is going to try to range in on this group.
Yep.
Alright. So first attempt is a no-go. Those are drop dice, so it doesn't count. Second attempt, no. Third attempt, no. Ooh, that observer needs to go back to observing school. That's the second turn in a row he's whiffed. Alright,
Same thing here.
right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you guys concealed?
I am concealed because those guys are all dug in.
Alright, then we'll try to take away your eyes and ears.
Okay, with your resistance team.
Yeah.
Alright, so 4+.
Yep.
Nada, so they're still
I need 6s.
concealed.
Nope.
Yeah, got it. So second attempt.
+1.
So you're going to hit 3 teams on 5s. So I got 2. Nice. So we're going to go this team and this team. This team first is good. This team is a firepower to destroy.
Yes.
Alright, so 5+ is, or he is wounded. So boom, killed another one. And they are pinned.
So no. No.
Okay.
Okay,
So all the RPGs miss. And then we're going to AK-47 fire. And we get hit on 5, so that's not bad. You got 4 hits, it looks like. So I think we're going to have to assign it 1, 2, 3. These guys shot?
Yep.
4. Sound good?
Yep.
Alright, so 3 up here. He's good. 3 up for my LMG team, come on. Oh no, firepower for him. Oh, he's good. I guess he would have failed on a 5 up. And 3 up here, he's good. And 3 up here, firepower for him on a 6. Nope. Alright, but they're still pinned. Alright, so we're shooting the second NVA company. This group over here is firing into platoon 1, and they can only hit this guy. So he's going to roll all those dice together. These are AK-47 dice hitting on 5s. So you got
and a 6 for the RPG.
No, close. Alright, so that's it for shooting at Rifle Platoon 1. Now he's got a lot of shots over here on Rifle Platoon 2, so we're going to go ahead and start rolling those.
And those are 4s.
Those are 4s if you're out in the open.
So nothing. Inside this would be 5s.
5s.
Yeah, I think it's in range. Yeah, 5s.
Okay, so that has to go on that guy. Okay.
This guy, I guess he's out.
Oh, nice. 2 hits. He's angry.
This guy's in, so he's going to need 5s.
Got 1 more. 1 more and they're pinned.
I got RPG here, so that's going to be 6.
6.
Because you're concealed. No.
Nada.
2 AK-47 shots, so you need 5.
Well, you got the pin. And then 2 more from that last guy.
Yeah, 5s.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and assign these hits. Alright, so I've assigned the hits. M16 team here, 3 up. Oh, he's dead. Oh, 5+ to see if he's dead. He might just be wounded.
Wounded.
He's wounded. Alright, so I'll put that there to remind me to wound him. 3 up here.
Good.
Oh, he's good. 5 up for my LMG team. No, is he dead? Nope, he's wounded as well. 3 up for this M16 team. He's good. And 3 up for this M16 team. He's good. But they are pinned, and 2 teams are wounded. Alright, so that's it for the shooting phase. I lost a team. I got a couple of wounded teams, but pretty much weathered that storm. Now we're into the assault phase, so let's see what happens. Alright, so Cliff has moved into contact here, so I'm going to do my defensive fire. Since he was down to 13 teams, he does not have the Russian quantity over quality rule, so it's only going to take 5 hits to repel him. But we'll see how it goes. I've failed better odds, so we're going to go ahead and figure out how many dice we're throwing at this attack. Alright, so we're getting down to it. So there's all the defensive fire dice. We're hitting on 3s. We're looking for at least 5 hits. And yeah, we got the 5 hits. But we got 9 wounds for that squad. Alright, for the sake of speed, Cliff's just going to go ahead and roll 9 dice, and I don't care where he pulls them from. So, looks like...
No, missed one.
No, missed one. So, 1 is down. Alright, so defensive fire. This company is larger, so it still needs 10 hits to be repulsed. I've got 7 shots in the open, needing 3s to hit. And then I've got 9 shots concealed, needing 4s to hit. We'll do the concealed first, hitting on 4s. And again, we're just expediting this roll. We could roll them individually, but for speed's sake, we won't. So we're off to a good start. 6 so far. And then on 3s, we just need 4 of these.
Yes, you got it.
And we got it. So I don't know, Cliff, at this point, do you want to call the game? Do you think there's anything you can do to come back?
No, just more grinding. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to make it 1 turn. I'm not going to make any victory points or anything.
Yeah, and we need to pack up. All right, well, I think we'll call it here. We're going to go into a quick post-game show, but that is going to be, I think it's 3 victory points to 0. Does that sound right, Cliff?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got the 2 AA platoons.
And the 1 full company. Yeah.
And the 1 full company. Cool. Well, thank you for the game, Cliff. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
And we'll go into that after-game show here in just a second. Post-game show. So here's the state of the battle. Now this is like, I think, the 2nd or 3rd Vietnam game I've ever played, and I think, Cliff, you've played probably a few more than me, but not much more.
No, not much more.
So we're both kind of still novices with the rules, and it's different from Flames of War, and it's different from Team Yankee. So I'm sure we made mistakes. But anyway, let's look at the board. My rifle platoon 1 really held the landing zone, weathered a couple of assaults, and I'm only down 2 stands in that platoon. If the game had gone on further, I think this platoon probably would have reinforced that to hold the landing zone objective, and probably done all right. I would have had another platoon of LMG platoon coming in to give me extra firepower. These guys maybe could have made it to the objective on 3 or 4 turns from now, maybe 3 turns from now. 2 turns with an assault.
I don't know. I mean, is that sure there's much point in it, because you can just earn victory points by getting the platoons chewed up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really, getting the objective probably doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, if you're ahead on victory points, because in this game you get a victory point for a platoon that's killed, and the NVA player gets a victory point also for destroying things like vehicles, or every 2 helicopters destroyed is a victory point. So the objectives aren't that important if you're running away with the game. So I could have hunkered down, just claimed a couple of victory points, but I still wanted to try to push and see what happened there. But that was pretty good. So I think if it had gone on, Cliff, what do you think would have happened?
As far as the rest of this?
Yeah, how about this game?
Well, you would have taken your whole turn and shot those guys up, and these guys would have got shot up, so I probably have to pull the platoons next turn and bring them back, so I'd probably bring them back here.
Yeah, it would be really hard for me to get to that objective, because if these guys are gone, 50-50 chance the brand new company shows up in that same spot and defends your objective, making it pretty hard. I wonder if hinging the Americans' victory on the objective and that's it would be more fair. So, do you have a MVP unit in your list?
I don't know. Maybe the resistance teams, because they were spotting pretty well for most of the game.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. And then, which unit of the Americans did you think would get the MVP for the Americans?
I don't know. Maybe the Sky Raider with napalm. It seemed like it killed.
Well, I think it only got 1 its first pass and 2 its second
really?
pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think my air chipped away at you, but the one big group that I got with 15 hits, I think it was, you made all of the saves. So that was impressive.
Yeah, you chipped enough away here that I didn't have 15. Otherwise,
Yeah, you would have made that assault if you weren't under strength, because I don't think I scored 10 hits there. So that would have been really good. So there you have it with Vietnam, guys. I hope you enjoyed this battle report. Please go ahead and leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. Keep on wargaming.